wrist and hand. Inspection. Observe the position of the hands in motion to see if movements are smooth and natural. At rest, the fingers should be slightly flexed and aligned almost in parallel. Inspect the palmar and dorsal surfaces of the wrist and hand carefully for swelling over the joints. Note any deformities of the wrist, hand, or finger bones, as well as any angulation from radial or ulnar deviation. Observe the contours of the palm, namely the thenar and the hypothenar eminences. Note any thickening of the flexor tendons or flexion contractures in the fingers. Palpation. At the wrist, palpate the distal radius and ulna on the lateral and medial surfaces. Palpate the groove of each wrist joint with your thumbs on the dorsum of the wrist, your fingers beneath it. Note any swelling, bogginess, or tenderness. Palpate the anatomic snuff box, a hollow depression just distal to the radial styloid process formed by the abductor and extensor muscles of the thumb. Palpate the 8 carpal bones lying distal to the wrist joint, and then each of the 5 metacarpals and the proximal, middle, and distal phalanges. Palpate any other area where you suspect an abnormality. Compress the MCP joints by squeezing the hand from each side between the thumb and fingers. Alternatively, use your thumb to palpate each MCP joint just distal to and on each side of the knuckle as your index finger feels the head of the metacarpal in the palm. Note any swelling, bogginess, or tenderness. Examine the fingers. Palpate the medial and lateral aspect of each PIP joint between your thumb and index finger. Again, checking for swelling, bogginess, bony enlargement, or tenderness. Using the same techniques, examine DIP joints. Range of motion and maneuvers. Flexion. With patient's forearm stabilized, place the wrist in extension and place your fingertips in the patient's palm. Ask the patient to flex the wrist against gravity, then against graded resistance. Extension. With the patient's forearm stabilized, place the wrist in flexion and put your hand on the patient's dorsal metacarpals. Ask the patient to extend the wrist against gravity, then against graded resistance. Ulnar and radial deviation. With palms down, ask the patient to move the wrist laterally and medially. Test flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction of fingers. Flexion and extension. Ask the patient to make a tight fist with each hand, thumb across the knuckles, and then extend and spread the fingers. The fingers should close and open smoothly and easily. Abduction and adduction. Ask the patient to spread the fingers apart and back together. Check for smooth, coordinated movements.